What is something another student did that was horrible? I had an English teacher in middle school that was sensitive to horror books and stated this in the beginning of the year. Our school did this thing where we would submit a piece of writing to our English teachers. We will call her Mrs. A. You could submit any piece of writing to Mrs. A, whether it was on computer or paper. A semi-popular kid that thought he was the class clown went too far. And when it was the week of the writing contest, we got a reminder that she was sensitive to horror books and please do not write a book about horror. This kid wouldn't stop talking about how his piece was going to be amazing. No one was sure what he was going to submit, but everyone knew it wasn't going to be good. The day came in to submit our papers, and this kid walked up to Mrs. A large grin on his face and handed her a 3-paper-long story. Mrs. A, being the nice teacher she is, looked at him and smiled. She then looked down and all the color drained from her face. I'm not sure why, but I knew that he had submitted a horror story. Soon the word got around and people started asking him questions like, why? What was it about? About a week later, Mrs. A walked into the class pale and shaking. She had talked about how she was sensitive to horror books and it would cause nightmares for days. She had a list and a pile of papers in hand. She started saying everyone's name that made it into the contest. The guy was still smiling. And then Mrs. A said, I have opened up about my sensitivity to horror books. Someone had taken advantage of this. I did review it, but I can't state my opinion about it, and continued stating the names. The boy sat there with his smile slowly fading. Soon she reached the end of her list and congratulated everyone. She never was the same after that little story. She never opened up, never did any more fun games, always assigned homework. A lot of people thought she turned into the mean English teacher, but instead, she regrew a protective shell. I still try to visit her every so often, but I can still tell the one kid broke her trust, and it is staying with her forever.